Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Get and filter to say, hey, get the first result from the page and make sure that that's the exact same as what I typed.
So if I go to get, right, like that is doing what exactly? So if I go...
That gets the text from the screen.
Yep, okay, yep.
So you're using get,
yep.
And you're clicking the first username in the list.
But can you, right? So what did you say? Like when you use filter here, like you can filter for get and text steps?
So the filter allows you the comparison value that you use is either a Google Sheet variable or a get step.
So you can filter for right, correct. So which is a text step, right? Is a variable step?
Yes.
Right. And so don't overcomplicate it. And so a text step and a get step.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that makes way more sense now. Now that like I know that because you're essentially getting information from a list. You're creating a list.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
And we're making a decision based on the first element. Let's make sure that this is what I typed and this is what I intended. If not, don't message them. Click the close icon and start the next person.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So, right. And that's how this works. And so I'm going to say this in way too technical of a way, but you'll follow along. Right?
All right.
So right now the bot is told if optional, continue on air, right?
Yeah.
If optional is not checked and you can't find the element I told you to find, that's an error and you should stop. Right?
Yes. Right. Yeah.
Right. So,
but if I check optional, right?
If I check optional, then that means, hey, if you can't find it, all good. Keep going.
Yeah, but keep in mind, to make it make sense without needing a tooltip or anything, like optional is such a vague term, right?
Continue on air is better.
Correct. Continue on air. It just needs to say continue on air. Continue if error. You know what I mean? Continue if error. Like, because then you get it like, oh, if it error, like anyone unknowing, right? This is the UX part of it you need to learn. If someone reads that, if a newbie, non-technical person reads that in total and goes, optional, what is that? They don't probably even look for a tooltip, but they go, okay, useful for things that may not exist. Kyle.
Hey, I tried.
That is a horrible fucking tooltip, dude.
I said like pop-ups.
Useful for things that may or may not exist. Like, Jesus, bro.
Okay, wait, let me finish this so you get this part.
So, like, dude, just putting skip if error. That's so explanatory. Like, I get it. I get what you're saying with, like, the pop-up. Like, if it pop-ups and it's not there, it erred. So they don't need to know anything else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
So it's like, it's just like skip if error. If this runs into an error, it means, like, the tooltip is, if, you hover over, if they understand this step might error, right? There might be an error in this. Cool. Continue on with the rest of the steps. If this step errors, otherwise it stops.
Yeah.
Right. So like, yes, if this step errors, it continues on.